Coming up next, Looking at Stuff with Joshua Hardaker. Followed by That's Aroma, exploring the odors of the people and places of the Eternal City. Oh, hi. I didn't hear you come in. In one of my earlier videos, Cosmic Boot noticed that I was reading from a Masonic Bible, and he asked me how this would be different from a regular Bible. So I thought today we'd do a little bit of show and tell. So today, we'll be looking at a Masonic Bible. Well, hello. I've changed, obviously. Something appropriate to talk about the Masonic Bible, I think. Now, Cosmic Boot noticed that one of my previous videos I was reading from a Masonic Bible and wondered what the difference would be between this and a regular Bible. I mean, at first glance, the one major difference is that it's very obviously a Masonic Bible, with the Masonic compass and square on the cover. Sitting up on your shelf, it would just say Holy Bible. Very few people would probably get close enough to notice that it does say Masonic Edition as well. Inside, essentially, for the most part, is the King James version of the Bible. Many of you will be familiar with the King James version. It'll be typically your regular sort of Bible that you'd have in your home. Catholics would notice that the King James version is missing a couple of books that the original translators felt didn't work for them, you know, as you do with the inspired Word of God. The King James Bible, of course, was commissioned by James I of England, James VI of Scotland, when he became the King of England. It was completed in 1611 and became the official English language Bible, and therefore the Bible of the Anglican Church, the Church of England. This book, God's Secretaries by Adam Nicholson, brilliant, tells you the entire story of the translation of the Bible. If you use a Bible, you would be familiar with the King James Bible as an Anglican, a Protestant, of many times a Baptist. Even Jehovah's Witness will use the King James Version, although they're free to use any version of the Bible they choose, and the Mormons. The similarities are not so interesting as the differences. Obviously, we know from the cover, Masonic compass and square. And inside you see, this was my grandfather's, and the first page here is President II, Sidney Fox, the dates of his initiation, his first being passed, and then the date on which he was raised. And in here, well, some symbols and illustrations around here, the Temple of Solomon, and the usual tools of masonry around these sides here. Some signatures of those who visiting brethren and friends from his lodge, obviously. Let me go into the beginning. Many illustrations. I'll include all the illustrations at the end of the video. I'll just do a little collage of them that everybody can see. If you're interested, you'll be able to pause it and have a look. The Bible in King Solomon's Temple in Masonry by John Wesley Kelchner. Talks about the building of the Temple of Solomon. It's an important part of the mythology and the allegory of the Masonic story and all of the ritual of Masonry. So they spend a lot of time on that. Many illustrations. Again, well, here's the Bible open in a Masonic setting, and the Temple of Solomon again, an illustration, many illustrations, and as I said, we'll go through these in a little more detail at the end of the video for those who'd like to see them. And we get into the following that introductory section about the Temple of Solomon, the Holy Bible, the Great Light in Masonry, and then describing how the Bible is relevant to Masonry, starting with the Masonic Creed, an introduction, a Masonic introduction, and then we go through ultimately a lot of description of how Masonry is mentioned in the Bible and how the tools and the function of Masonry are mentioned in the Bible, and whether that's you know, sort of functional Masonry or just sort of speculative Masonry that, of the sort that would be followed today. The people who are Freemasons naturally don't build things out of stone, although I guess if you were really an actual stonemason, you wouldn't be precluded from joining. Just for a little bit of a meta situation of Mason within Masonry, because it no longer has any affiliation with proper Masonry. Some more description of ritual and why certain parts of the Bible are used in Masonic ritual, and then on to a section later on. Honestly, I wore the gloves as part of the little get-up here, and it's making it difficult to turn the pages. So if you'll just bear with me a moment here, I'm getting to the 160 questions and answers about Masonry. If I can just get to that title page. And 160 questions and answers pertaining to the symbolism of Masonry and its connection with the Bible. So, in this Bible, while it does contain, properly towards the back here, all of the complete King James Version of the Bible, it does in the beginning explain the connection between Masonry and the Bible itself, and the language of the Bible that's used in Masonry, and the symbols of Masonry that are also taken from the Bible and represented in the Bible. So that's about it, I think, for the Masonic Bible. Without going in depth, certainly you have a wealth of information available through the internet and in your local library that will explain any and all of the things that are in here in much greater detail. There's very little that is truly secret about Freemasonry, and if you are as interested or you're so interested that you would care to join Freemasonry, I'm sure they'll take you on following a screening session. They always say to be one, ask one. So you simply have to find a Mason and sign yourself up, and all of these mysteries will be revealed. So thanks for watching, and now the images. Cheers. Thanks for watching.